Well, and welcome to the show, everybody. It's I'm still trying to figure. It's been a while since we live streamed, especially directly to YouTube. So I'm going to be figuring some stuff out tonight. There's a lot of buttons over here, and I don't remember what most of them do. We're over here. I'm going to go ahead and say welcome to your crew for tonight. Here on audio, but not on video, we have Kate.
Hello.
Let me know if you're getting any feedback or anything on that. Hopefully you're not. Hopefully we're good. And then I've also got joining us tonight is Mike Kaess of the Mike Kaess YouTube channel and host of the Black Series Cantina podcast. Hello, Mike.
Hi there. Just so you know, as soon as you brought Kate on, Echo City, it was fine. Fine, we were testing. As soon as you brought on Kate, Echo.
Right, I just took her out. Are you getting echo? Are we good?
Nope.
Okay, but now we can't hear you, Kate. All right. Well, that stinks. It's funny because I just before we went live, I was over at checking out her laptop, and I was like, all right, so here's how you mod chat. Here's how you take care of all the chat stuff. Here's where you press the buttons and whatever. And then I realized that you have to connect the individual YouTube account for you to be able to even chat. Right, through YouTube stuff if it's not connected. So she's not connected to chat, so she can't do anything with chat. And now if the audio is actually going to be all effed up too, it's not even going to be on. All right, we're gonna try to bring in one more time. Go ahead.
What did you change before? Just change.
I didn't touch any. I didn't change anything.
You touched something?
I did not touch anything. She is in the same room, but it shouldn't be an issue. We have done 2 mics in the same room, and it has not been an issue before. So we're
just have her yell from the background.
Wait, hello.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously you could pick her up on the mic now. Maybe you have to whisper. All right, so Kate, I'm gonna bring you back in. Let's see what happens.
Kate's gonna be the ASMR portion.
Yeah. All right, go for Kate.
Hello.
All right. So were you getting echo off of me, or were you getting echo off of Kate?
I don't know. It sounds fine now.
Yay.
All right, so we're gonna work on this. The whole point of this is it's just been a long time since we did any kind of live streaming stuff, and I've missed it. Mike, I know you do live stream still pretty regularly.
I haven't in a while, honestly. So
yeah, but we will be coming back doing semi-regularly. I don't want to commit to any kind of a schedule right now, but Kate, we're getting a little loud on you. If you can just turn. Actually, you know what? Hang on. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. I can turn Kate down.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Is this what remote working is like?
Hopefully you're working. All right. We'll see what happens. This is, folks, anybody who's here tonight, let me just say it right up front. Thank you very much for checking.
Now it's whatever you did, it's worse.
All right. All I did was turn down the mic. All right, Kate, I got to drop.
Turn yours up. Turn yours up.
Mine is up. Mine's up. Look, I start.
Okay, they're saying it's better. Hold on, they were saying it's better.
I just turned her off. So.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, that's why. It's better. Yeah. So we'll have to do a couple of tests, get that figured out for next week. Unfortunately, that's not going to work tonight. But yeah, so thank you to everybody who is tuned in at this point. This is a super just test run. I am flying by the seat of no pants because Greg's not here.
He's also not wearing pants any of this stuff at all.
So I'm just making this up as I go along. I'm learning everything about streaming and technology and everything. I had to reboot my computer today.
Who does that?
Did you know you have to do that sometimes?
Who does that?
Who does that? So it is what it is. But the reason we're back here, the reason we're really back doing this is that next Thursday, the 26th, I believe it is. Next Thursday, the 25th, is the Netflix Masters of the Universe Revolution sequel to 2 years ago. 2 years ago's Revelation. The new series Revolution is going to be hitting, and on next Friday, the 27th. I'm looking at my dates right now. I should be reading my actual notes. Thursday, the 25th is Revolution. Friday, the 26th, we'll have Pixel Dan will be here, as well as Griffin Newman. Griffin Newman is the voice of Orko on both series, Revelation and Revolution. And then Pixel Dan will be here for he's a Masters of the Universe guy. He's the guy that literally wrote the book about the toys.
And in the meantime, you've got a discount YouTuber pal right here. That's me. That's what I provide.
I was going to introduce you as friend of the show, but you're also
there.
My
You
friend.
Go. I like actually the theory. I just like being a friend of a YouTube channel. Like I don't really have real friends. Well, so YouTube channels are my only friends.
I read something recently that was talking about the fact that chat has become a sort of not a pronoun, but an entity, like it is a recognized sort of almost like thing now, it's this massive people that have that has not intelligence. That's wrong. I didn't mean to phrase that way.
Did you hear that, everyone? Mask off from Dan.
It's this thing that exists now. It's like, there is the people that are talking and then there's chat, but it's this whole other thing. I mean,
isn't it just audience? Like if you're doing a live stage production, like,
but it's different because if you're doing a live stage production, the audience doesn't.
No one's talking. That's true.
Role. Yeah,
that's true.
Nobody stopped the show during Hamlet and is like, let's see what chat's thinking.
Maybe they should.
There we go. So hello chat. So I really honestly for tonight I have no structure whatsoever planned. I started writing up a run of show thing, and then I stopped and didn't get very far into it. So I'll be leaning on chat tonight, see what everybody wants to say. If anybody's got any questions for me, for Mike, for Kate, she's still here. She can still hear me.
Just have her yell from the background. We're good.
Yeah.
It works for Greg in the videos. That's all,
Okay.
Exactly.
Exactly. So anyway, thank you to everybody. Like I said, there's so many people in chat right now. I can't run down everybody's names. Hey, there's Wraith Mace. There's names I recognize in here, and that's great to see. Names that we haven't been able to actually, say hi to people directly in our chat for a while now. I see everybody, on other shows and hanging out and chatting and whatever. And so that's really, really cool. Is this a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? Wow. Rock Nerd Radio, welcome. Good stuff. Mike, you just had an episode drop today.
Did I?
Didn't you? No, for
Black Series podcast. Yes. I forgot. Yeah, totally. Absolutely. I did that.
All right. Perfect. I'll plug you, you plug me. Everything will be good.
Okay. Yeah. I'll plug the much larger channel. Get you that Mike Kaess bump.
Thank you. Why did you change your channel name? There's one little video in our archive over on our Twitch that explains it pretty concisely. But basically, we're not exclusively a toy channel anymore. We made a sort of concerted effort to grow the audience beyond toys. We really wanted to be able to talk about all kinds of stuff. You may have seen our video not too long ago in December there that was all about the song. I just forgot the name of the song.
Christmas Wrapping. It's a great video about a great song.
Thank you. It was Greg's choice, producer's choice. And we just wanted to be able to do stuff like that. And, while we were still Toy Galaxy, it was all very heavily like, how come you're not talking about these toys? This doesn't have anything to do with toys. And it was like, you know what, just come along for the ride and let's just go have some fun and cover all kinds of things.
You went the Comic-Con route where you start comics and then you still talk about comics sometimes, but it's mostly pop culture stuff.
Look, you can take the toys out of the show, but you can't take the toys out of me, right?
That's right.
So I like, it's always going to be part of my collection. It's always going to be part of what I do. But yeah, Secret Galaxy is definitely the kind of thing that if you don't know toys and all you see is Toy Galaxy, showing up in your like recommended videos, you don't know what it is. What are they talking about? Adult toys? Are they talking about baby toys? Is it all toys? Who knows?
Yes. So I pre-ordered from the Adam and Eve collection today.
Yeah. We just wanted to go in a different direction. You make a documentary about your channel, you could call it Escape from Toy Galaxy. That's a great name. Yeah, for sure. I just hope where was that comment? Comments are going so fast, I can't keep up. I just hope you continue to talk about galaxies. We'll have to do that as a April 1st thing at some point.
But don't talk about Milky Way. That's too basic. Everyone knows about that.
We could do Milky Way, the candy bar. Now that's allowed
a good
now.
one, actually.
Yeah. Milky Way Dark.
Yeah.
I don't know that one. Mike, you're reading G.I. Joe and Transformers.
So are you.
Yeah.
But yes. We both
I think it's great.
They're great.
I've been buying them. I'm gonna show how much more a fan I am than you. I've been buying them twice every time because
That's dedication.
I can't wait to read it. So I will buy it digitally and read it on Amazon. So it's in my content library on the Kindle there. And then I have a pull drawer, whatever you call them, set up at my local comic shop. So I'll get the actual physical books there. So I have all the physical books, but I am reading them digitally first. That's actually worked really great for me. And I wish they hadn't bought Comixology because I really liked Comixology and their interface and all that stuff. Yeah. But it's really good. It's a really great series so far.
Yeah, great. Honestly,
4 issues into Transformers, 1 issue into Duke and Cobra Commander.
Well, each. So it's like 6 total.
I love telling people I collect adult toys. They never know what I mean. That's where toys and collectibles. You gotta be very specific with your language.
We know what you mean.
Yeah. Channel needs more GoBots. We've talked about GoBots. I would love to talk more about GoBots if anybody if they would produce more stuff about the GoBots, that would be great.
Well, we're getting Rock Lords in the new Transformers line, kind of, almost a little bit.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Kind of.
And that, between that and Crystar, hopefully it's a sign of things to come and where they will be heading with these brands. Will you be at Joe Fest? Mike, are you going to be at Joe Fest?
I'm not going to be at Joe Fest. It's way too far away.
Yeah. I would love to go at some point. It's not a show that we'll be setting up at or anything like that. If you know somebody at Joe Fest and they would like me to be there, I'd be happy to attend if invited. It's that whole who's got the burden of the cost, and if the burden of the cost is on me, it's like the travel, the hotel, everything. I'm gonna obviously I'm gonna spend a couple $100 on toys either way if I go, but there's also the break from production and all those other things. And it's like, the grind of the weekly videos, it's hard to step away from that to go do a show that I'm not necessarily a special guest at, that I'm just sort of attending,
Honestly, shows are kind of wearing on me a little bit. My friend Zach and I were just talking about going to TFCon today. Like, are we going to do it? Are we going to get a hotel room? And I'm like, we're spending all this money just so we can go into a room and spend more money.
Exactly. That's how they get you. Right. Yeah. No, I did 5 shows last year and I was like, wait a minute, how much money did I spend at these 5 shows? Who's getting paid here? What's happening?
Right.
You're just bringing me in so that I can spend a couple $100. I don't like
so
this.
I could spend more. It's like if Toys R Us had an admission fee you had to pay to get in so that you could also then just spend more money on the toys. It's a weird concept that people are just okay with.
Yeah. Well,
but that being said, I'm going to go. I'm going.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Well, and I appreciate that there aren't more shows immediately local to me. I wouldn't mind if there was 1 or 2 more, there's a lot of smaller ones. But it's the Boston stuff is a little further away. And then all the New Jersey, New York stuff is you're probably going to have to get a hotel for that. And now you're talking another $200-300. And it's easy to say no to those shows if I have to pay for it all myself.
Sure. Absolutely.
That's a very nice comment. I appreciate your work ethic, Dan. My wife and I watch together every Thursday. Thank you very much. That's very nice.
It's so nice. What's been your favorite video out there? Just toss out your favorite topics. I want to know. Mine's Christmas wrapping. Actually,
we finally got to it after 8 years of the channel. You're like, oh, finally, I knew I subscribed for some reason.
This is actually the whole reason I was even friends with you. Now I don't have to be friends with you anymore. I got what I wanted. I'm out.
I'm taking Mike out. Kate, you're in. Mike's out. You guys returned my passion for action figures. I now collect the Batman figures I had and missed as a child. I just want to thank the channel for that. Thank you very much. Well, you're very welcome. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
That's something that I like doing as an adult. As an adult, there are people that like to rebuy figures they had as a kid, or they like to rebuy updated, new versions of figures they had as a kid.
What? That sounds crazy.
I'm that latter where I don't want any of the toys I had as a kid because and this is just me. I don't take this personally. I kind of think the toys we had as kids kind of sucked. Like they didn't then.
Did you think they sucked then?
No. No, they were awesome then. But like I got the G1 Optimus Prime and I'm like, this is kind of like by today's standards, this isn't good. It's like going back and playing, a PlayStation 1 game where everything's all blocky and stuff. You're like, I remember this being better when I was playing it as a kid. So I like to collect updated versions because that's what I have in my head. That's like that's what I see up here. Now, give me the other one. Give me the other one.
The other one, this one.
Yeah. Okay. No, I really meant the fart, but yeah, sure.
Okay.
There you go. Oh,
yeah,
see, someone says, what? Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Someone just said G.I. Joe action figures are brilliant, but I don't know. Like, I just got the Sky Striker, and I'm like, these little guys, they're not doing anything for me. Like, the 6-inch Joes, love it, but these little 3-inch, like, McDonald's toys, I don't know. Just me.
Having been collecting Star Wars action figures, and everybody knows Boba Fett's my man. He's my guy.
He's your boy. Yeah.
Even then, I was like, when G.I. Joe came out, it was like, all right, these guys are the past, the Joes are the future. It is all about articulation. It's all about posability and being able to bend your knees when you sit down.
Right.
And it took Star Wars years to get to that. So no, I've always been forward. I want to move forward with this stuff. Obviously, I have vintage stuff in my collection, but yes, I would prefer. I've got this guy here. I know you're waiting on yours, Mike, but I got
mine's coming.
I got this Megatron here, and
100% your fault that I'm.
Yeah, he's a little loose. He's a little loosey. He's a little loosey goosey in the torso.
He's doing this thing right here.
This thing's amazing. That would have blown my mind as a 10-year-old. Toys from the future.
Oh, if I could go back in time and give like 8-year-old me like the Earthrise Optimus Prime or something. Or like a masterpiece, I would have broken it. But like just knowing that his like wheels disappear into the transformation, I would have gone nuts.
Yeah. And you wouldn't have been able to do it because they're too complicated.
No, absolutely not. Hey, Jay, I said no offense. It's just how I see it. I'm not going to judge anyone else if they like it. This is just how I view it. Okay. You collect how you like. You like the smaller toys? Absolutely fine. I just can't.
1/12 scale guys across a ton of lines kind of ruined every other scale for me. I mean, why wouldn't I put Wicked on a Velociraptor? Why wouldn't you? That's a good point. The draw.
but you know what? I'm not against 3 3/4 inch. We did the Cyberzoic. I'm excited for like the Cyberzoic, or like you got the Mask ramen toy back there. Like it's small, but it still has like modern articulation and sculpting. And I think that's kind of what it is for me. It's not really so much the size, it's the details in how it works.
Hang on. We got a super chat here. I'm trying to find it though.
It's right there. You can go to Starred on the top.
I got it. I got the buttons. I got it.
All right.
Archangel Glenn, thank you very much. I still have my old dilapidated X-19 Ghost Rider G.I. Joe plane. Doesn't quite work properly, and it's missing many pieces, but I still love it to this day. That's the one I assume Ghost Rider. That the pilot is Ghost Rider in that one, and he's got a sweet cloth goods red Sentai scarf. That's why I like it. Figure's great. I still have a ton of vintage GI Joes. I still have hundreds of 25th anniversary, 30th anniversary, 50th anniversary, Rise of Cobra, all that stuff. But I gotta say, after putting my 2023 top 10 together and all those sort of group photos and stuff, I was really, really, really starting to think about, do I still need all those old 3 3/4 inch figures? Is it time to clear some of that space out?
We don't know. Kraken.
Oh.
This is like peanut butter and chocolate.
Which one's which? Who's chocolate? Who's peanut butter? I'll be the gooey peanut butter inside. You can
all
be
right.
the chocolate.
Gross.
Yeah.
It's getting weird, man.
This is you brought me on. You knew what you were doing.
Emilio, you'll have to go back in the timeline. We actually already talked about this tonight. Rats I have heard of. I have no experience with them. Oh man, there's so many comments here. It's hard to read fast. Purge baby purge. Mr. Ryan Clark, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
One audio clip I couldn't get set up yet. We'll get there. I did get this.
Oh,
the classics. But yeah, hey, purge baby purge. I'm all about that purge life right now. Getting rid of stuff. Too much stuff comes in every year. You either got to make a sacrifice with the space, you got to get rid of things. I don't know, start a business, something. Things got to go.
What you got a bunch of toys just this week, right?
I did, yeah. Well, I shipped my pile of loot. So that
you
that
shipped
happens.
your pile of loot.
I shipped my pile of loot. I got this sweet tiny little retro Chopper. I'm not doing the whole retro line, but Chopper was absolutely can't miss. He's got that
Chopper's always a must.
Yeah. He's got the label on him, like the vintage ones. He even hang on. He's got a little bit of vintage click there. It's nice. He's got that removable third leg. It's all good.
Me too.
Yeah, I got Mutton Junkyard for classified. I got 2 more Plunder Longs. Megatron.
You got your little cube bat guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. This guy,
Radio Heddar or whatever they call him.
Yeah. Haven't transformed him back into a bat. I transformed him once into the box and said never again. I need to at least get one photo of it in cube form before
he's gonna stay as a box for a bit.
Yeah. That's an interesting question. Ask me.
This is my entire collection here.
Oh, nice. You don't have them in animal form.
No, I kind of like them as a little cube. Is that weird?
Well, I appreciate the sort of nostalgic callback to cassettes, right? Like that's sort of what we're, cassettes now they're basically just little rectangles.
Cassettes aren't really a thing.
Yeah. Michael Oliver asks, settle a debate I saw on Facebook. Is army building bad for the hobby? Is it considered hoarding or scalping? Are we talking vintage or are we talking modern? Because
I don't think it's considered. I don't think it's considered hoarding or it's definitely not scalping.
It could be hoarding.
It could be a form of hoarding. I really think it depends on what level you're taking. Like say, and I'm just pulling this out of thin air here.
Just
if I had
number,
like 500 Boba Fett's.
Or 562.
562 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just, I was just spitballing a number, okay?
Now, technically, Kate is half owner of that Boba set, so I only have like 200.
So 200, yeah. But even then, I think a component of hoarding is also minimal upkeep, where it's like detrimental to yourself and like your surroundings. Like just having a lot of something, I don't think is necessarily hoarding.
Well, I don't have them on display, so it's not a space issue for me. Light is the enemy of happiness in this case, as far as discoloring toys. So I don't keep those out on display. I'll set it up on milestones when we need to get a video out of it or whatever. But Lucas Hood here with super chat. Love all your videos. Quality is top notch. You literally do videos on everything and show. I like. Please do the Mysterious Cities of Gold soon. Thanks, Dan. It is on the list. It is absolutely on the list. That's a show I had never heard of until not that long ago. It's a new one for me, and maybe this is the year that it happens that we finally get to it. Do you know that show, Mike?
Nope, I don't know that show at all.
That'll be 2 videos that you like of ours, hopefully.
You never know with Dan. I sent him it was that Akon video, the Japanese convention like video, and then like 2 weeks later you did a video on it.
Oh, Daikon,
that was it. Sorry, Akon's a rapper. No, Akon's a musician. Daikon, that was
yeah,
that was it. I was like, that was fast. I didn't expect that.
Diana Davis. So Dan, I spoke with Ed Schumacher, who runs Joe Fest. He's interested in talking with you about an appearance, but
look at that.
Okay.
Look at that.
Ask and you shall see.
When is Joe Fest? I can't do February.
Let's find out.
February.
Joe Fest 2024.
June? Okay, I think June's open. All right. I'll how about he
June
messaged me on
26th.
Instagram.
No, that's
Instagram's probably the best place to reach me.
June 21st to the 23rd. You're
But
good.
nobody else. Just Ed.
And it's in Georgia. Technically, I could fly and visit my family and just drive over.
Anybody can fly to Georgia if they want to.
That's true. There's no law against it.
Dan, thank you very much for the super chat as well. We've got these original Centurions. Those are not the originals. Those are the first release Ramen Toys versions, which I had some thoughts on. That I did not like them initially, and I thought I was going to return them. I thought I was going to light them on fire.
I was surprised you still had them on your shelf.
You know what? I liked Centurions as a kid, and nobody's done anything with them modern wise.
They were power extreme.
Yeah, and they held my attention, and I liked them, and so they're not bad. And the ramen was good, and they redid the helmets, and there's still some articulation issues. There's still some you can't really swap out the hands on these versions. I don't know if the newer releases are better, but as far as those are concerned, I don't. They're on the line here as far as whether or not they're going to stay on this shelf. There's Buzz Lightyear's right ahead on top of them, and he can take that spot. Who knows? Although I didn't mean to put Sun Vulcan here right next to the Centurions. That's kind of like
Sun Vulcan's not going anywhere.
They're not going anywhere, no, but it's like 3 colors versus 3 colors.
Someone wants to know if the P.O. box is still open.
P.O. box is still open, yes. Thank you. That is still there. Nitpicking Cinema with the new movie on its way. Do you have any Ghostbusters content in the pipeline? I don't think so. We had a Ghostbusters thing on the list for late last year, and then it got bumped. So that might pop up this year. We tend not to tie that stuff to the actual things that are happening because
you don't want that synergy. You don't want to look.
Well,
like
everybody on YouTube's trying to do that. So all of a
true.
sudden, like every channel in your subscription list turns up with a video about the same thing, and it's like, well, if you're gonna go left, we're gonna go right and do something about
what's the opposite
Batman
of Ghostbusters.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dan, watching you and Thu together at PulseCon was great. It was top level crossover like the Avengers JLA series that came out 20 years ago. Great crossover comics, first off. And then second, that was, it was neat to be in that position, to be able to host PulseCon, to be asked, to be invited, all that, to meet all the folks behind the scenes, Emily and Lenny on the G.I. Joe team. And Emily's on like all the teams. And just everybody involved with that was just so nice and so accommodating. But for me as a fan, I'm a big fan of Thu's. And so to be able to actually meet him in person, was a really cool thing.
I have liked Thu longer than I have liked you.
He's been around longer, so that's fair, and I'll take that.
Yeah.
It's 100% fine. He's is his channel older than yours? I think he's celebrating 15 years.
Yeah. His way older than mine. Yeah.
What are you at, 10?
No, I think
Your
I'm an
channel?
8. I made my channel back in like 2007 or 8. But the only thing on it was and it's still there if anyone wants to go see it. It's a really bad sideways cell phone video. And this is cell phone video before smartphones were a thing. Like this is pre-iPhone of me singing Bye 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 at karaoke. And it's still there.
I don't think we've watched that one. I don't know.
It's like the first video. If you go back to the very
is your viral video, is that one on your personal channel?
It's still there.
The didgeridoo one or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the pan flute, the Aldean pan flute.
Chair McDonald, have you ever done anything on the original Muppet Show? I don't remember seeing anything. I don't think we've done anything with the Muppets yet. We have mentioned the Muppets and stuff, but I don't think we've actually done anything with the Muppets. Fraggle Rock, we've done Fraggle Rock, and then I think we did Fraggle Rock the animated series, which
those
Muppets
are adjacent.
Yeah. Oh, we did Muppet Babies.
That's
we
true.
did that not that long ago.
No,
but
that was
not
like
the
2 months
actual
ago or
Muppet
so.
show. Yeah. Thank you very much, Excelsior's Domain. Have a good night. The opposite of catching ghosts is freeing live people. Is there a show where they free people from oppression by a villain or villainous organizations? Yeah,
That's kind of like every
it's every superhero show.
it's every superhero. It's G.I. Joe.
It's Rocketeer. Will either of you distinguished gentlemen be joining me in getting the loose collector Rocketeer? I had it pre-ordered.
You did.
I did, and I canceled it because I was like, "What am I doing? I already have 2 Rocketeers that are totally fine, and I can put them on my shelf if I want to without spending another $100."
I'll have you know that he has, in the process of talking on here, he's sent me 3 pictures of that thing on
While
Facebook.
we've been talking.
While we've been talking.
Oh, geez.
It looks really good. I am not buying it. I just have a problem spending that
the
much
fact
money.
that it's too it is too.
It's too. Yeah.
I don't like the comics Rocket Pack.
Yeah.
I prefer the movie Rocket Pack.
He did do Spiral Zone. I'd never heard of
did
Spiral Zone until you did it.
Yeah, it's not one of your favorites though. So.
The Shadows of the Empire was my favorite because I'm in it.
That's right. The comics Rocket Pack is just the one big cartoonish kind of rocket. And
right.
The movie pack is like more streamlined. It looks more aerodynamic. It's got 2 jets.
It's like a 50s vibe versus like a 30s vibe. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yep.
I have never heard of Batfink. I have heard of Ratfink.
Oh yeah, comics.
$6 Million Man's definitely on the list. Well, we'll definitely get to that one for sure. It's been mentioned a lot.
Oh yeah, comics.
Oh, are they in chat? Nice. Oh, whoops, that's not the one I meant to click on. I meant to click on this one.
The Fart of the Cards, which is a great name.
Do you ever address the difference between Saturday morning and after school cartoons? They always seem to slightly different demographic / model. We talk about that in terms of episode count. And then, I mean, obviously it all comes down to what the demographics were for who they were marketing to. I recently was able to convert a VHS tape that for some reason I had held on to for years and years and years. And unfortunately, my mom had properly labeled it at the time. It was labeled stateside cartoons because we were living in Japan. My grandparents recorded it off Saturday morning or whatever, sent it over to us. And it had Shirt Tales, Smurfs, and the Gary Coleman Show on it. And it was from 1980. It was from 1982. Actually, it didn't have Shirt Tales on it because my brother copied over the first 45 minutes with the 20th anniversary of Monday Night Football in 1989. And
he cut out all the commercials, right?
He cut out all the commercials.
Like, if you're gonna have to watch football, you might as well put
forward thinking. But all the cartoons definitely had the commercials in it. And so that was interesting to see who the sort of target was as far as like Smurfs was concerned versus the Gary Coleman Show. Smurfs was there was a little bit of both. Like there was Strawberry Shortcake and Glamour Girls and Barbie, but then there was also some Star Wars stuff. I think Masters of the Universe. So, but it was interesting. But yeah, usually, yes, where he plays an angel. Correct. Whoops, not that one. That one. Yes, where he plays an angel. What a weird.
Now he's playing an angel for real.
All right.
I almost voted for Gary Coleman when he was running for governor of California.
Sharks. Yes, we did that. Yep, Street Sharks for sure. Wonder if this is the Jon Stewart. Hey guys, thank you for the great content over the years. Love the memories. Still figuring out how I feel about finding out a major part of my childhood was just one big commercial. Trauma. Yeah, you know what? But you can take the good stuff from it too.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Sometimes commercials are great. I mean that's why I watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's why 90% of the people watch Super Bowl.
Right? Like I want to watch the commercials. When we're watching those old tapes, I want to watch the commercials. It's like a fun, like, just to step back in time of like, oh yeah, I remember that. You're seeing products and people that just don't exist anymore. And you're like, oh yeah, that's what life was like back then.
Lucas, we're going to clear a couple things up here. The actress in the Twin Peaks video, not my wife. Young enough to be probably my daughter for sure.
Definitely your daughter.
Maybe not my granddaughter, but it's not my wife. She's great. She's a friend, but she's absolutely not my daughter. And she was great in that, and we thanked her very, very much. We very much appreciated her doing
She did a
that.
great
She was very
job.
excited to play the part of Laura Palmer. I'm going to put that in quotation marks because it is what it was, you know. But
she can also be seen in the movie from this year.
yes, the same actress who played Laura Palmer in our Twin Peaks video was also in The House on Coffin Brook Road. If you haven't watched that, that is on the regular channel Secret Galaxy. Go check that out. But as far as how I actually met my wife, we worked for the same company. It's not very exciting. Why are there clips of Jason Voorhees randomly in your videos? I got to know.
That's Greg.
That's Greg. That's just Greg. What you may not know and what you may not have recognized is that when he does insert those clips, they are period specific. So they do match the era of whatever subject we're talking about. So if it's from 1984, he's finding clips from whatever the most recent Jason movie was at the time to put that in there. And some of them are really clever and good.
Yeah.
The one with Boba Fett is fantastic.
That's one of my favorite
guys.
ones.
Grew up in New Hampshire as well. Is that the Sean Gordon Murphy? I mean, it's a Sean Gordon.
It's a Sean. Yeah, for sure.
Nitpicking cinema again. How many hours would you say it takes to produce an episode of Secret Galaxy? I can't account for Greg's editing. He'll usually spend a couple hours researching. He'll do the sort of first wave of research, and then he'll hand it off to me. I spend 3 days researching and writing, so 3, like 8-hour days. Although that third day can be as long as that third day needs to be because we got to shoot it the next day. And then shoot time is, 30 minutes or so. And then however much time it takes Greg to actually edit it. And that'll vary based on the episode, of course.
Hey, Rodimus Primal's in the chat.
Hey, Rodimus Primal. Good to see you.
You guys were on the same TV show.
That's right. Toys Built America. They've those are weird to do. I suggested a correction for season 1 because they're still using the G.I. Joe commercials, the G.I. Joe figure footage from Community. And so I had corrected them the first time, like before or season, because I wasn't in season 1, I was in season 2. So I messaged them like, before the episode, as soon as it went live, I was like, whoa, hey guys, you got to take that clip out of it. That's not actual G.I. Joe figures. Those are like made for a TV show. And they were like, nah, what are we going to do? So I'm like, well, at least for the future, we don't have to worry about it. And then they showed up again this season. I was like, what are you doing?
Maybe it's just their gag. They know it. They're just doing it for a bit.
It's their Jason, right? They're just squeaking it in there whenever they can. The first time it was an accident. Now it's a bit. And I respect.
They just got to double down on it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I think I saw one of you guys at the Grand View Flea Market in Derry, New Hampshire back in the day, buying toys. Probably that is very, very, very likely. 100%. That was definitely me. For sure.
It wasn't me.
Sure,
I've never been in New Hampshire or Old Hampshire.
Yeah. You should do a top 10 G.I. Joe classified. I can't. Look, Snake Eyes is at the top. Serpentor. Storm Shadow. Probably another Snake Eyes.
I think you had 10 of them on your video because you kept swapping them out.
Yeah. It's the Shipwreck, Storm Shadow, Hawk, Steel Core, Scrap Iron was in there, Torpedo was in there. They're all so good. Hey, there's Gavin Goodry. He's drawn the new Superman 79 comic. Hey Dan, I've told you before, I love that y'all mention the comics along with the other media when discussing the stuff that crosses between different mediums. That, that just goes back to me having spent so much time as a person trying to be a professional comics writer and artist, that whenever I can point some attention in that direction, I'm definitely going to, for sure. And I mean, if you haven't seen Gavin's work, it's incredible. It's Superman 79 is the Christopher Reeve version. It's that Superman universe. So it picks up sort of after the movie, and the current ongoing series is with I can't remember the name of the bad guy now. He's the guy.
So before Superman Returns.
Long before. Yes,
Yeah.
long before. It's
Yeah.
I have Crimson Dynamo stuck in my head. It's not Crimson Dynamo. It is. He's the guy with the kryptonite in the chest armor.
Brainiac or Roboto?
No, the other guy. Anybody? Metallo. Thank you.
Metallo. We got there.
I had Crimson. I was not getting past Crimson Dynamo. I was in the wrong universe. Yeah, unannounced live stream. Just kicking the tires, clearing off the cobwebs, getting ready for next week. We're gonna have Pixel Dan and next Friday, Pixel Dan and Griffin Newman are gonna be on. We're gonna be talking Transformers. We're gonna be talking Masters of the Universe.
I would love it if you did.
If we talk Transformers.
Yeah, just whatever people least expect you guys to talk about.
Yeah.
Strawberry shortcake, all for you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is this another Guidry? Oh wow, Kevin Guidry. Are you guys related? Dan, how do you feel about Robotech after making so many videos about it? You know what? It's like a Family Guy joke where you're like, it goes on for so long that it's like, oh, it's funny. Now it's just dumb. It came back around. It's funny now.
It just kind of loops back around. Yeah.
It comes and goes. He's throwing me. That didn't work.
I watched that whole video. I mean, I was doing stuff. I wasn't just like glued to the screen.
Yeah.
Because at the end it had new stuff, and I was
New stuff.
expecting-
Yeah. Yeah.
So
you had to get
it was
caught up
it was
first.
like it was like a sentence. You recorded like there, like literally 30
there was
seconds
nothing to
worth of new
say.
content.
It was comprehensive coverage the first time through. Whoa.
I think I spent that hour and a half building up in my head. Oh, we're gonna get like a little mini new video. But
That's right.
it's barely a TikTok.
Yeah. But as far as how I feel about it, it's just journalism at this point. You know, it's trying to make journalism funny and entertaining, because I have no real attachment to it as a kid. Like I don't know, my friends were all watching Robotech, and there must have been something on opposite it that I was interested in, because I wasn't paying attention to Robotech at all. I like it now. I've watched it all now. In fact, we're going to be doing, I think Macross is coming up here this year at some point. We're going to do Macross, not Robotech. We're going to do Macross. We'll see where that goes. There you go. There's Macross is better. Runs away laughing.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's it is. It's just a different thing. We've made videos about it. It's just a different thing. It just functions different. Yeah. We were talking about those a little bit earlier. Super awesome. That said, Mike, have you ever did you read any of the like IDW stuff? Did you read the Marvel stuff back in the days?
Yeah.
Really?
In fact, one of the reasons I never read any of the Marvel stuff, no. But I went into a good amount of credit card debt buying digital copies of the IDW run as they came out, because I kept putting on my credit card. And $3 an issue adds up when you're reading like 100 issues.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When it's on the card, it's not real money.
Yeah, you don't think about it, and then they go, "Where did all this money come from?"
Yeah. I didn't read the Marvel stuff back in the day. I got kind of snobby about artists, and it just wasn't art that appealed to me. And honestly, I watched more G.I. Joe than I watched Transformers for sure. But even now, I like, as I see episodes, I realize like, I don't know if I really saw that many episodes of G.I. Joe. I feel like I watched it every single day when I got home from school, but I rarely really remember many of them.
I feel like every time I watched it, it's like an episode I've seen before. It was always an episode I've seen before.
Right.
Oh, I've seen this episode. I've seen this episode.
Right.
Yeah.
I was definitely caught up in the Pat Lee era of Transformers there at the early 2000s. I still have a couple of those posters framed. In fact, I had a poster of Soundwave over there. You can see it in my PulseCon videos, those promotional videos. I know people make fun of the Pat Lee era stuff, but there's some good stuff out there. They weren't all weirdly proportioned monstrosities. Here's a question for you, Mike. What do your spouses think of your hobby of collecting toys?
my wife tolerates it. She doesn't hate it. When we first started dating, like our third, fourth date, I took her into my room and said, like, I just had one shelf worth of toys. It was one bookcase.
And you were like, this is it. I promise.
Basically, yes. And she looks at it and she goes, I've got more books than that. So like she was fine with it. Yeah. And then when we moved
who's winning
together,
right now?
Oh, well, I have a room, but the entirety of the downstairs that's not our kitchen is one big library. There's no TV down there. There's like 5 or 6 bookshelves full of books.
Yeah.
Although one of those bookshelves was inherited from her uncle when he died. That's like all first edition Mark Twain books.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's like we're never gonna read them, but like if we have them,
yeah, right.
If we ever need them.
Yeah. John Welgosh, good to see you. Behind on chat again.
And I know Kate is kind of an enabler for you. I'll get lots of messages like, I don't want this, but I know Kate does. I hope Kate doesn't see this. I hope Kate doesn't see this horse from Four Horsemen.
Oh, please. The reason there's so many horses is she's a horse person. She loves horses. Hey, look, there's plenty of toy lines that we like, appreciate together.
Sure.
She loves Plunderlings and Plunderlongs and Plunderstrongs and all that stuff. For sure. Crazy Joe Adventure says, Dan, how do you handle the domino effect when you display a bunch of action figures and one in the back falls over and knocks all of them down? Great question. I fixed that by having shelves that are only 1 row deep. It doesn't happen. Yeah. You can't domino. You can domino left to right. You can't domino front to back.
Yeah, you still get the odd shelf dive though from like one random figure.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens, but it's usually just one figure instead of multiples. Now over here, you can see these Cosmic Legions. Those are definitely too deep, so there could be problems there, and some of them do have soft ankles.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not. I can't. I'm trying to keep
We're
up.
trying. They're trying
to keep up.
They just keep going. They don't stop.
It's good. Thank you. Thank you very much. Again, completely. This is crazy to have this many people hanging out, on a totally unannounced live stream that is not going to be going much longer tonight. We're planning on just an hour. We're almost at an hour now. It was really to make sure that all the technology was working on our end. I'm glad we did this because obviously I got to fix the microphone issue for Friday so Kate can actually talk and people can hear her. And then I got to get the rest of my soundboard worked out here because I've only got so many of my sound effects working. I don't know why that one makes me laugh so much.
The old-timey car horn.
Yeah. All right.
I am so high, I can hear a river. Just sounds like the beginning of that Spider-Man song.
Oh, okay.
What time and time zone on Friday?
It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, around 8 p.m. I can't promise we're going to be live exactly at 8 p.m., but yeah, it'll be 8 p.m. Friday.
Have a request for the beans can, so.
I will try to see if I can get Beans Cannon related something on there. It is a video effect that Greg did. Because see, when we were on Twitch, everything ran through OBS.
Yeah.
And I don't know what any of that is or how any of it works. So I can't touch those things. I will break it. Since we're moving back over here to streaming on YouTube, StreamYard is just so much easier. It's so clean and easy, and I got to solve like one problem before next week, and everything will be good to go. There you go. It's the rocket team. Archangel Glenn again. What was your favorite G.I. Joe vehicle ever produced? Mine is the Skyhawk version 2 in silver coloring. I do love the Sky Force, I think it was called. The Sky Force, those were like the all chromed out ones. I loved the Night Raven, and then when they brought the Night Raven out in the chrome, that was just like so much cooler. But I mean, as far as favorite, it's got to be the Sky Striker. My head exploded when they announced the HasLab for the more F-14 Tomcat accurate, officially licensed F-14 Tomcat details on the HasLab Sky Striker
from
that was
Northrop and Grumman.
Yeah, that was just an absolute dream come true. So it's sit back, kids. Let me tell you a story about my dad and growing up and stuff. My dad was in the Navy and he used to work with F-14s. He was a commanding officer of a F-14 squadron, and he would I don't know how it works. Like he would bring home parts of airplanes. So I have a pair of actual the ejector cord things. I have some of those off of an F-14. I have the logo, the Northrop Grumman logo off the engine from it. And I'm like, Dad, what are you doing? Are you supposed to be taking these things? I know we're taxpayers and technically we own these airplanes.
You
but
own
we don't
that.
actually own these airplanes.
You still go to jail if you steal one.
That's right.
Actually, it wasn't the toys that the first time I went into your apartment that I was disturbed by. It was the bathroom with that ejector seat.
That was Kate was saying that it wasn't the toys. It wasn't like my first apartment. My first apartment was just absolutely every flat surface in the apartment was dense with action figures. And she was just saying it wasn't the action figures that freaked her out at all. It was that I had my ejector pull cords by the toilet. In the back.
Hey, when it gets real in there, you got to get out fast.
I should probably
Yeah.
go.
This guy's kind of a weirdo.
A little bit.
Yes, I'm on board with this. Whoever makes a translucent Sky Striker will have Dan's business all day long, for sure. Not sure if you're open to show ideas, but if you are, the Sears Wish Book.
Yeah.
We were actually looking at a website the other day that has a bunch of those scanned in.
Big hearts there.
Yeah, I don't know what launches. Just don't pull those cords unless you absolutely have to.
It's an emergency situation.
I don't know. Now that you've done an X-Men animated series episode, X-Men Evolution episode, are there any plans for an episode about the series Wolverine and the X-Men? Yes, is definitely on the list for sure. For sure. And that's the kind of thing where it's because those previous episodes seemed well received by people. Yeah, we'll keep going. As long as people want to watch them, we will keep on making them. Dan, Mike, what do you think of Masters of the Universe Revelations? Are you looking forward to Motu Revolution? What do you think, Mike?
I liked it, and yes, I'm looking forward to it.
All right. I'll fill.
I don't have anything to expand on it. I know there was a lot
Have
of
you watched Revolution recently? Are you going to rewatch it before Revolution comes out?
I wasn't planning on it, but now that you bring it up, I might.
You should. You should.
One of the nice things about working from home is I can have just something going on while I'm working, and so I don't feel like I'm all by myself. And I'll probably put that on this week just to kind of.
I highly recommend it. We just did a whole watch through of it, getting prepared for this live stream next week. We did a whole rewatch of it, and I liked it the first time through. I'm not so tied to the mythology that I didn't, it wasn't what I wanted. I didn't have any expectations. There was nothing that I wanted to see from it. I was surprised by some of the choices they made, sure, but I thought they landed it just fine. Clawful was in it. Buzz-Off was in it. That was all good.
Doesn't take much.
And they expanded the lore a bit. I'm looking forward to checking out Revolution, and I would personally, my vote, if anybody ever asks and they haven't, my vote is to push these things into the future. Let's go. We already know what happened 40 years ago in this mythology.
Agreed.
Let's go forward. That's why. And hey, if we're going to open all these old wounds, that's why I liked The Last Jedi. In other news over here, we've got was video editing already in your wheelhouse, or did you just dive into doing YouTube? And were there other topics you tried out before this format? For me, I don't edit. That's all producer Greg, and he's always been interested in editing. Although when we started the channel, he didn't have a ton of experience. So, the sort of course of the channel, you can see his evolution and his learning as an editor as he gets better and learns more stuff. What about you, Mike? Were you always into editing, or just because you wanted to get into YouTube?
Yeah, no, I wanted to get into YouTube, and I the first thing I ever edited and shot, I did all on my phone on iMovie on my phone. It was terrible, but I got better, and then I feel like I plateaued. Like I just kind of stayed the same. Like I found what I'm good at. I don't want to go past that. I don't want to go less than that. I'm just really good. It's easy.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I don't have to worry
Yeah.
about that at all. I have
Yeah.
told Greg so many times that if it were up to me, if I were running this channel by myself, if it was a one-person operation, we would have 6 videos. 6 videos on the channel.
I mean, my YouTube video got me my current job. My YouTube channel
right,
got me my
yeah,
current job,
yeah.
which is great. So it's also why I don't make as many videos anymore, because like I edit videos professionally for other stuff, and it's not as fun to do that all day and then shoot and edit toy videos.
Right.
And the editing is way more work.
I'm going to burn through some comments here real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
What did you do for a living before you started Secret Galaxy? I did everything. I did car sales. I did retail. I did phone service, like, health insurance company, not like
Cobra Commander
phone
was
service,
also
yeah.
a car salesman. I'm just saying.
When is the Mighty Orbots episode? We already did
Already
it.
there. Long
Was
time
there
ago.
a Blues Brothers cartoon? I think so. Blues Brothers 2000.
There was.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure there was a blues. There was a game.
Yeah. Hoping for an episode about Teen Wolf or Back to the Future cartoons. Both definitely on the list. Any guesses who William Shatner is playing? I think it might be Gwildor. That's my guess as well, but that seems weird. That's like really off character from Gwildor in the movie.
From
So
the movie
that
where it's
would-
Gwildor or whatever.
Yeah, well,
It kinda
maybe it's
sounds-
maybe it's Shatner doing a voice. I would
Yeah.
love that.
No, because you can hear him in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I would like that. Like make
They brought him
Make
in,
Shatner
and he's just
not Shatner.
unrecognizable as
Yeah.
Shatner. You just have no idea. That'd be fantastic. Can you give us a list of a few episodes you've got in the can and coming soon? I can't because I don't know. Greg makes the schedule, and I really don't pay attention until the next week, until the week before. Next week we've got so coming out this week. So this coming Thursday, today's Friday, a week from 2 days ago, whatever, is Akira the movie. And then I don't know what's after that. I will
Did
find
you say
out Monday
Shakira?
morning. Akira.
Oh.
You think we'll get more views with Shakira? I'll do
maybe
it for
Her hips
sure.
do not lie.
do it.
Do Akira what is the status of Akira's hips? I'm just curious.
Your guess is good as mine. Yeah, well, yeah. Motherboard action figure, guys. It's a sleeper. I didn't get that one. I'm not.
Wasn't
I'm
that,
not
it was an exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mattel Creations. Morning, boys. What? Where are you?
Somewhere where it's morning.
I guess so. Inspector Gadget and Magic School Bus videos when? Inspector Gadget's definitely on the list. I don't think Magic School Bus is. William Shatner Skeletor could be, but isn't Mark Hamill still in
Mark
that role?
Hamill Skeletor. Yeah.
Ooh, Akira. Keith David is Hordak. People can like things you don't. It's okay, everyone. Exactly. Akira
How,
or Shakira.
How many episodes is it? Are they doing a part 1, part 2 thing like they did?
I have no idea. I was actually just trying to figure it out before
Yeah.
before we went live here, and everything I've seen says they're assuming 10 episodes like season 1 broken up, but we will find out. I think we're gonna two more comments here. One, do you have plans on reviving oddities or revisiting old oddities episodes that have updates to them, like with Wonder Bread He-Man? Unlikely on a topic that specific, no. And oddities as a show in and of itself is unlikely to come back, because what we found was that the oddities themselves could be full episodes, So, and as far as Wonder Bread He-Man's concerned, it's been pretty comprehensively covered, and the only reason we would be updating it would be to add, like with Robotech, like add one sentence. And I don't want to piss off Mike again.
Don't do that to me, man. My hopes got so high.
We're gonna end it on this one here. Dan, during COVID lockdown, you grew your hair out. Oh man, Mike, I'm sorry. You grew your hair out. Do you plan on doing that again? I think you rocked it. I was actually just the other day talking about growing it out again. But if I do, I gotta shave the beard because I'm not doing both. I'm not doing both the beard and the hair.
I think you were forced to grow your hair out because nobody could go get their hair cut.
I could have cut it. I could have cut it myself.
I cut mine every 3 days.
My younger brother cuts his own hair. He just buzzes it right down. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
That's what I. Yep.
So, all right. Thank you very much. This completely unplanned, totally disorganized, unannounced live stream. Very much appreciate everybody who tuned in to check it out, to say hi, to check in with us. It's been a while. We're hoping to get back to this more regularly. Mike, thank you for joining us tonight.
It was my pleasure.
Please go check out Mike's podcast, Black Series Cantina. And then does that have its own YouTube channel, or do you upload those on your?
It does, but the only thing on there, we have year-old videos on there because everything's Patreon exclusive.
Videos? Oh, year-old videos.
year-old videos.
Do you steal my videos?
I do. We just re-upload old,
son of a...
specifically old Toy Galaxy videos, like 4-minute or less reviews, things like that. They're a hit. I don't know why you don't do it.
Anything we delisted, you put it up.
People love it. That's right. It's lost media. It's Toy Galaxy lost media. Is what we turned it into.
All right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Mike. You'll be back for sure here at some point. Probably like every other week or whatever. I don't know. I hope. I'm inviting you back.
I'm down.
All right, cool. And thank you to Kate for hanging out, even though I screwed up the mics and you couldn't hear it all. So, all right. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next week, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Later.
Bye.